Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I started this Mario Marathon almost a year ago? Anyway, what do you say we talk about Super Mario Galaxy and end this marathon? Let's go. As a big Nintendo fan back in the N64 and GameCube era, I was really excited for the Nintendo Revolution, which ended up being called the Nintendo Wii. I was excited for Mario Galaxy because back in those days, I was a Mario fanatic. I had nearly all the Mario games for the GameCube and the Nintendo 64. Twilight Princess was a great launch title for the Wii, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite Zelda games. Once I had that game beat, however, my eyes were definitely on Mario Galaxy, Metroid Prime 3, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In fact, Twilight Princess, Smash Bros. Brawl, and the Final Fantasy VII Remake were personally my most hyped games of all time. At first, it did feel weird that the Wii did not have a Mario game for a while, but I do remember Super Paper Mario being the first Mario game I bought for the Wii. It was definitely a game I enjoyed, but not as much as Thousand Year Door. I had a Nintendo exclusive childhood as far as video games go, but don't get me wrong, I still play Nintendo games to this day, but I've also expanded my horizons with Sony's PlayStation consoles, and I recently got into PC gaming. But I'm rambling. Let's talk Mario's Space Adventure. Every 100 years, a comet passes through the skies above the Mushroom Kingdom. The kingdom's residents throws a festival in honor of this event as the comet caused a star shower on the place. Princess Peach invites Mario to this festival, but wouldn't you know it, she gets kidnapped by Bowser once again and takes her castle with him. The castle gets lifted up into space and Mario just floats out in space after a failed attempt at stopping Bowser. Mario then wakes up on a small planet and meets Rosalina. More on her in just a bit. Rosalina has Mario rescue Power Stars, which in this game are like gasoline in a car for her spaceship, the Comet Observatory. And because Bowser is far away, these stars become a necessity to rescue Princess Peach. And that's the goal of the game. You just collect Power Stars and rescue Peach again. The Power Stars are also the reason he can go to other galaxies. And yeah, that's about it for the story. And what else can I say? I mean, how many times have I said Mario plots are simple? Oh, before I forget, I need to talk about Rosalina. First and foremost, while I owe a lot to Mario for my interest in games, it's Rosalina that is possibly my favorite character in the entire series. She's my favorite character to use in Mario Kart, and she is one of my go-to characters in Smash. It's so funny to watch my friends think they've damaged me, but have only damaged Luma. And when I do get launched off the screen, my friends forget the Luma is right next to them, and bam! They get hit while Rosalina is away from the opponent. Most Mario characters are simple, but Rosalina raises the bar from 1 to 11 in terms of backstory and role in this game's plot. She's the kind of person who goes out of her way to help others and even gives Mario direction in this game. Considering Peach's normal role in Mario games, what Nintendo does with Rosalina is a pleasant surprise. I find it hard to believe that Mario would have succeeded without her in this game. She also cares for the Lumas and accepted the role of a mother figure after the loss of her own family. Yeah, it sounds a little bit heavy, but it is a pleasant surprise to see a Mario character fleshed out. I mean, really fleshed out. Which is something that normally does not happen in a Mario game. It's not something I should expect out of a Mario game, but I am still glad Nintendo made the effort. But enough about the story. Let's talk about Mario's usual selling point, the gameplay. I'm going to use Super Mario 64 as a base to describe this game. Let's see, Mario's long jump is back. It's a very useful move that was not in Sunshine, but the funny thing is, when I played Sunshine, I did not even notice that it was gone. Mario's main form of attack is of course jumping on enemies, but here in this game, he has a spin attack, which is also a main form of attack. Definitely more useful than his melee abilities in 64. For one, it does give him a little more airtime when he jumps, but there are times when jumping on an enemy does not work, so you would have to use the spin attack. And again, the goal is to collect power stars, just like in Mario 64. And let me tell you, there is not one star that I dread collecting. That means no more going out of your way for blue coins, and no more 100 coin star. Oh, right. I mean, 100 coin stars are still here, only they are purple coins this time around. For me, the fun ended in Mario 64 and Sunshine when all I had to do left was collect 100 coins. Well, plus the blue coins in Sunshine's case. I still love those games, do not misunderstand. The purple coins may be the exact same concept as 100 coin stars, but I find them tolerable this time around. For one, the purple color really makes them stand out, so they are hard to miss. Two, they are in fixed locations and tend to be out in plain sight, so no more worrying about whether or not you missed a few. And if you do, you do not have to look far to find them. Three, the bottomless pits made collecting 100 coins a nightmare in Mario 64, and yes, there are a lot of bottomless pits in this game, but the purple coins are also more grouped together, and on some of the more smaller levels, the bottomless pits are not the hindrance they were in Mario 64 on these missions, because the smaller levels make it to where you do not have to search far and wide, so now it takes less time to collect these. And even on the linear levels, you don't have to go off the beaten path to find them, as the purple coins tend to be on the path the level design has already established. With that being said, if you were to ask me what my least favorite star to collect in this game is, oh man, that's a hard one. Even the ones that are kind of I actually do not mind doing. 64 and Sunshine are games I recommend just sticking to the main scenario on, which is what I have been doing in my repeated playthroughs of those games. However, with this game, I recommend going for completion, but I will get back to that in a bit. The Comet Observatory serves as a hub world like in Peach's Castle, and the potential level creativity is back up to how Mario 64's was. Do not get me wrong, I do like Mario Sunshine's levels as I enjoyed the tropical setting, but I do see how people would want more of a variety than just summer themed levels. Now 64 and Sunshine had flat surfaces that Mario runs on, but in this game, there is a gravity mechanic on some of the levels. For example, on a sphere, Mario would not fall off the sphere if he's not centered at the top, but rather Mario could run all over it because there's gravity at play. Now as for the levels themselves, the hub world is divided into 6 areas, each with their own levels, but for the sake of time, I'm going to talk about my favorites in each of them. The Terrace. Good Egg Galaxy is a good first galaxy as it sets the stage for what your space adventure is going to be like. Planets with gravity. Piranha Plant is a good boss fight. You hit the ball at its tail to damage it, which demonstrates the essential use of the spin attack when jumping is not an option. And the boss with King Caliente, where you sort of play tennis by hitting the melon with a spin attack that he spits at you. Then there are Hungry Lumas. Real quick, allow me to mention Star Bits. You collect these as well as coins. Coins refill your health, where the Star Bits are currency. Oh no, they are not the blue coins in Mario Sunshine. There are plenty of them, and you really can just point at the screen with your Wii remote, or in the case of the Switch version, the right Joy-Con. and they'll come to you. The game describes Starbits as tasting like honey, although I look at them and think they look like they would taste more like Gushers or other gummy fruit candy. They also allow you to buy 1-up mushrooms or extend your health meter temporarily from some Lumas, but okay, back to the levels. The Fountain. Oh man, do I always look forward to Bowser's Star Reactor. It's a Bowser level that reminds me of the Bowser levels from Mario 64 with a remix of Bowser's Road. And his boss fight is fun too. You fight him on a small planet, stand on glass for him to ground pound as there's lava underneath, and then you spin attack him. The Kitchen. I really like Beach Bowl Galaxy as it's one of the game's more open levels. The Bedroom. Freeze Flame Galaxy, like Serena Beach, is also one of my favorite Mario levels of all time. Freeze Flame should have been Todoroki's hero name on My Hero Academia. I love the combination of fire and ice, and you can have Mario ice skate on ice. Engine Room. I really like the Kingfin boss fight in Bonefin Galaxy, but Gold Leaf Galaxy is a bit of a dud. It's just Honey Hive Galaxy in reverse and a different color palette, which I find to be kind of lazy, but whatever. The Garden. The level I really look forward to here is Melty Molten Galaxy.
Now, I'll go ahead and say this before I give my final verdict. This game is capable of a 10 out of 10, but there are a couple of things that make it fall short.
First, the power-ups. Rather than being an extension of Mario's abilities, they are used in specific situations like Mario 64. Again, to give a few examples, I really like Ice Mario, but it's timed. I'm happy to use the Fire Flower in a 3D game, but it's got a timer. As for the Spring Mushroom, I don't really like this power-up as the maneuvers on it are awkward. And the Red Star that allows you to fly. It controls better than Mario 64, but ugh, it's only used for 1 star and navigating the hub world.
The other thing that makes this not quite a 10 out of 10 is, well, not a flaw, but a preference on my end.
The platforming is good, if not a bit on the easy side, but I simply prefer the more open and explorative gameplay of Sunshine and 64. Now, there's nothing wrong with this game's more linear and smaller levels. In fact, if you prefer that, great. However, once I completed Super Mario Galaxy 2, I was really wanting a Super Mario 64 2 where you would go exploring.
And I feel as though years later, I got that in spades. And not only that, I want to say Mario Odyssey is my 4th favorite game of all time. And because of that, I plan on that video being a special occasion.
Oh man, I cannot wrap this up without talking about the production values. This game is gorgeous. The colors are bright and vibrant, and the graphics are great, considering the Wii had to contend with the Xbox 360 and PS3 at the time. Not only that, but the music. Oh man, this is quite possibly the best soundtrack in the entire franchise. There are levels I really like in this game because of the music. I give this game a 9.5 out of 10. Deciding between 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy is hard. 64 and Sunshine had the exploration I liked so much, but Galaxy, I would say, is the most polished out of the 3. In my opinion, it's got the best presentation, best soundtrack, and while my preference is exploration, the obstacle course gameplay and platforming is great. If I preferred that, this would definitely be a 10 out of 10, but I still give massive respect to people who do prefer that. Not only is it worth completing, you also get to unlock Luigi to play as. I in fact actually like him better because of his higher jump. Reminds me of Super Mario Advance 1 and 2.
So that about wraps up that marathon, which means I think it's time for me to start a dual marathon where I alternate between Zelda, well, gotta talk about Star Fox Adventures first, and Persona. My gosh, I have been wanting to talk about Persona ever since I started this channel. I'll see you guys next time.